What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Deepthinkers podcast. Welcome to episode 6. Good. It's good that you're on top of that. Got some shit to
You stopped counting after 4, bro. That's tough.
Got some stuff to talk about today. Can I start it off?
Go ahead, bro.
Started off. I was doing some research on trees.
Trees,
yeah. So apparently, some of the oldest trees in the world, 5,000 years old. But what I found cool was that's actually very young. Some of the oldest trees, like even older than that, we don't know where they are. They're kind of kept secret away from the world. Which brings me back to the thing that you said a long time ago, that like hugging trees and all that, it like gives you energy and all that. So I could imagine why one of the oldest trees in the world would be kept top secret. It's not on the map. You can't Google it.
you can find it though, right?
You could probably
like in
maybe.
nature.
Yeah, I guess it's nature, so you could maybe just stumble upon it. But I thought that was pretty cool. Definitely holding some power in there, bro. I need to hug that motherfucker.
Explain the tree hugging for those that don't understand.
Well, tree hugging is basically just you hug trees and you take their. It's just another way of grounding yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
Another way of grounding yourself, taking in the energy from the earth, all that good shit. Let's see. Oh, I thought this was pretty like cool as fuck, because like in the last couple of years, we've actually been like growing a lot more trees than we've been cutting, which is good. China mandates you legally, by the way, mandates you to plant 3 trees a year.
like every person?
Every person. Yeah.
Bro, they're gonna eventually turn into a forest, bro. What happens when you run out of space?
Well, the thing is, like, a place like China, bro,
Are they gonna just chop one
they're
down?
like, I guess they're using more trees than they're planting, so I guess that's why you have that type of rule.
That's mad funny.
That's illegal.
Mandatory?
No, I wrote it down. I wrote mandated, because that's like what it said. You could genuinely go to like jail for not planting your trees. But I thought that was cool, bro. We should all be doing that.
Oh, bro.
There's an island. I forget where it is. Somewhere in the east, there's an island that's just purely built on top of trees. It's like in the middle of the ocean, and the trees are like naturally grown on the earth. And like they don't,
anime shit.
Yeah, some anime shit, and the trees don't rot or anything because they're underwater, so they're like constantly getting minerals.
Moisture, yeah.
And apparently they're actually slowly turning to stone because of like all the minerals and stuff they're getting. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, also all trees, they share food, but I guess that's kind of like the same for any plant. Like if you like plant, like let's say you're farming, all the plants in that area would all be sharing food. I thought that's kind of cool. Like let's say you give food to somebody in the corner, he would basically be giving everybody else food, even though you're only water in one guy, for example.
That reminds me of the shit I've seen on Reddit. It's like if you really think about it, plants eat us slowly. Like as soon as you die and you're buried, or like you're, what's it called? If you're like, what's it called when you burn them? Like when you
burn plants?
No, like the body of a dead person, to like hold their ashes in like an urn. I don't remember.
Disintegrate?
I don't remember.
That's gotta be like...
I don't remember the name of it, but like, yeah, essentially like when you bury a dead body on the ground and it starts decomposing, all that energy, all that like moisture and like those nutrients, it just goes back into the earth.
No, but that had me thinking too, like if trees do that, plants do that, just imagine the whole world just sharing food collectively. Like
I feel like that's
the whole earth
I feel like
alive.
that's pretty much what is going on.
Cause I heard Alan Watts in this morning. I was listening to one of his random speeches. He's become part of my thing. He was talking about how a lot of us like to think that this world is just like dumb, random, and out of place, and like, you know, the world is happening to us and all that instead
it's
of
happening for us.
Yeah, exactly. And he was just telling me like, just take a step back and just like look at the fundamentals of it. We're probably the smartest species in the world. Fair argument. We probably wouldn't be that if we were in an unintelligent environment.
Yeah. But it's also because like we as humans adapt to anything. Pretty
True.
much, like we're like natural.
Which brings me
inhabitants.
back to what that brings me back to another point I was gonna make. This I was looking into the evolution and into like evolution theories and all that, and basically because of how much like we have the internet now, and we have all these tools to help us avoid like the world.
Yeah.
Like, has that kind of stopped evolution in a sense? Because like think about like I think they're called Wujian or some shit. That like the people from some island that they can go up to underwater for like 30 minutes because they've been doing that for decades. You get what I'm saying? They've adapted. They've grown like a bigger thing in here so they can breathe better. So it's like the more, let's say we have like an oxygen tank or whatever, like that kind of stops that evolution factor. So like I was looking into this video where like we're kind of headed into this progress where
We're getting dumber.
kinda, yeah, we're not necessarily dumber because obviously we're still smart.
No,
but like
we're extremely smart in terms of technology, but in terms of actual like creature and nature wise, we're getting dumber.
True, and like
We're
we're
getting
also
more
skipping.
disconnected.
Yeah, we're skipping the whole evolution factor. Like, I don't know if that makes
That's
sense
it.
to
That's the no. I understand that, but that's also like technology's fault.
you. Yeah, I know.
Because
The 100%.
technology has sped up like decades of time simply in like simplifying the way we live life.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of gets rid of like adapting to your environment instead of just making tools to have your environment adapt
Exactly.
to you.
Because like now, instead of like having to like build like climb on a boulder and like place shit like a puzzle piece, now you have like construction trucks and stuff to move granite out the way, place
Exactly.
blocks to make houses and
So
stuff.
like humans back in the day, obviously they had to do all that by hand. They
But
were
like
very bulkier.
those humans though were way stronger.
Yeah,
than us.
that they
Way
had to
more
have.
athletic,
They
bro.
had to have been because they didn't have the tools that we have. So what I'm saying is that those people adapted, but like now that we have these tools, where does that like evolve really come into play? Like,
You know what I just thought of? What if like those type of humans, like the modern day like like genetically gifted athletes that we have, what if those are just like the descendants of those people?
could be.
I think I'm on to something.
The genetic lottery is also very real. Don't forget about that.
But, bro.
The genetic lottery exists. It's not talked about. They don't tell you anything about it.
If we go on TikTok and scroll like 6 times, you'll see somebody that has won that shit.
Yeah.
Have you heard of? I don't remember where it's from, but you talking about an island reminded me of it. Have you heard of the Doll Island?
The doll?
Yeah.
DOLL.
This shit is I don't have the video of it because I'm just bringing it up now, but that shit is creepy. So apparently, like, there's this island, and this guy was like the only one inhabiting it at the time. It's like a small island, and essentially, he had like a box like randomly float up to his island from like, I think it was north. So like I came into a shore, and he picked it up, and it was like this ugly like broken doll. For whatever reason,
And like a packaging.
he kept it, and then he placed it like outside on like one of the trees, and then like I think it was like every week. It might have even been every day, bro. More dolls would start coming in packages and stuff, and then eventually they would just start showing up out of nowhere. Like he's not even getting packages anymore, and now there's like 3 dolls there that weren't there last night. You get what I'm saying? It like I don't think they've cracked down on it, but from what I've heard is like that could be like a curse that he's dealing with, and whoever was the one that sent him that, they were like getting rid of it. You get what I'm saying? And it just so happened to be like him that it found, which is very unfortunate. But it's like, bro, if you're on an island, if you're on an island by yourself and you know you're the only one there, and you randomly get a package with a doll, why are you touching it?
Not only that, it's like
I would have
on
swung
an
that
island?
like 20 deep.
I wouldn't sleep. I'm on an island. Anybody could pull up on their little boat
At any time.
at any time. People could come. The troops come in on their kayak like, yo, he's sleeping. Coming in.
Like I don't know what type of guy this guy was, but I just seen like random clips and pictures of it. Like, bro, there's dolls everywhere. Like on every tree pine, bro. on every sapling, bro. Like, the door is damn near dolls at this point. I'm pretty sure the guy died, so this was a while back, but it's still there. You can visit it.
That's creepy as fuck.
I think you're allowed to go in there, because I heard Carlos saying that he wanted to go there. But like in the day. Mad bro, if you go there at nighttime, you are a menace.
Bro, that package did not have a time. It had a destination, bro. I don't think it mattered whether he picked that nigga was gonna get cursed. Whether he picked that shit up at 12 in the afternoon or 7 at night.
That's like, there's like a bunch of people talking about like different, I guess, theories of it. Cause like, could it have been like addressed to him, or like that it just happened to land on his island by accident? Like, it's just a bunch of possibilities. I don't think the guy's actually... I could read up on it, but I don't think the guy's alive. Because, like, the house is, like... It looks like it was burnt down.
You know, I would have tried burning that shit down, too. I'm leaving the day
after, it looks like a house that was, like, burnt down. Like, a bunch of black tar everywhere.
After, bro. It's like... Me personally, bro, I just...
Like, the island vibe was nice, but I'm out. As soon as I see that doll, I'm moving, bro.
I would live on an island too, but like alone. That's personally I wouldn't do that.
Nah,
personally,
I need minimum 10 people.
I'm a social creature, and I'm a wolf. I'll admit that any day of the week.
I need minimum 10 people.
Even if it's like a bodyguard, bro, I need somebody to be like, yo, what's up?
No cap, though. I need conversation, bro. I have a couple would you rather questions for you. Just a fun little game we're gonna play.
Okay.
So, this is a age-old question, but if you could have any superpower, which one and why?
Which one and why?
Any superpower, bro. It doesn't just have to be one that you read about in the comics.
That's a hard question, bro.
Is that actually a hard question?
Yeah, because I want... Can I pick everything? Can I pick all the powers? I gotta pick one.
You're not God.
Okay, fuck.
You could pick a power that makes you a God, though.
It's between, like, teleportation... it might be teleportation or, like, some type of mental shit.
What, like telekinesis?
Something like that.
Like move shit with your mind, or like read people's minds type shit?
I'm gonna stick with teleportation. And why is just like I want to be able to go places. Like imagine, and like I'm not even talking about just being able to teleport like throughout the earth. I'm talking about like anywhere I want type shit. Like throughout the multiverse.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Like, in terms of limitations, like would you say you can teleport to a place you've seen or been, or like a place you could think about?
The multiverse, bro.
Yeah, but you don't know what the multiverse looks like. You get what I'm saying?
Well, so the multiverse kind of like whatever I think it is.
If your power is like linked to like what you like for example, you have to like imagine a place you're going.
Yeah, I guess
it would be pretty fucking hard to imagine a world you could never fathom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true, huh?
Because, like, could you travel back in time by doing that, or in the future? Or are you just, like, traveling?
Well, maybe. It depends.
Present,
maybe if I teleport into a black hole. Because if we're thinking, like...
but if it kills you...
If you're thinking human, like, you're in a human world with a certain type of power, like, you can teleport from here to there. Not necessarily, like, back in time. I guess it would kind of have to be, like, just everything in our universe.
That's in the present moment?
Kinda, yeah. I guess, yeah. I'll take that.
My answer is obvious, bro. Super speed any fucking day, bro.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I train hard enough, I'll be there before you. It's as simple as that.
The thing is, I don't even gotta train, bro. I'm sleeping. I'm waking up a minute before, bro.
Can you, like, carry shit with you?
I'm not sure. Maybe
like, let's say you're here.
Maybe a notebook or like whatever I have on me.
Like on you, yeah. Like, let's say you're here, you grab the book and then you just poof out.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty.
How
cool.
would you do it though?
How would I go about teleporting?
Yeah, like on some portal shit. You're here, then you're not. Like, because I've seen a bunch of different variations. But you're just not there. Poof.
And then just location switch.
That would be. You would actually be a god. But like, if you had to snap your finger every time, you could get fucked over. I'm not gonna lie.
Hit him with
They'll never expect that, bro. They'll never expect that. Bro. Only pull that out when you're about to die, bro. And when you're going towards the black hole.
I gotta figure out how to snap with every finger.
That would be.
I could.
That would actually be. Did he just pop your jaw? What the fuck?
Teleport with my jaw popping. I don't even know.
Nah, that would actually. You would actually be a god. But
I'm not fucking with
you
this.
would still have to train though. You get what I'm saying?
Obviously, yeah.
Like not so much just your power, but like your body too. Because if you ever have to fight someone and you can't teleport,
I don't imagine that type of stuff isn't detrimental on your body. You're probably tired as fuck at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Think about Dr. Strange. He probably takes the meanest naps.
Meanest nap.
He falls asleep 30 seconds in.
Barry's kind of like the Flash's version of that is the fact that he has to eat over like 20,000 calories a day. So like he just sits there like super eating. His body can digest it at the rate he's eating. So he just needs to clock in for a couple seconds. If he goes into flash time though, nobody even sees him doing it.
A fucking page came off, another one, bro. I'm stacking them in the back.
Okay, now this follows up to my other question. Would you be a villain or a superhero? You don't have vigilante, superhero, or villain. Are you working with the ops or the boys?
See, wrapping my head around those type of questions.
Because like if you think about it,
difficult
would
for
you
me.
commit crime or would you live a normal life? You just happen to have teleportation. Because you could
I don't know, 'cause
teleport
the
into
thing
a
is,
bank, take
I
money.
could be committing a crime, doing something that's good. You know, in my head, I could think I'm doing the right thing. But that's why, I don't know.
No, but
I get a super villain, I guess.
Like
'cause
for
then
example,
it's like, I'm gonna tell you why a super villain actually, because then I'm not held to your superhero standard.
yeah, but like a super villain, you're known as a villain because you commit evil. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess, but it's like.
That's what I was gonna say about the
But
superhero.
would I be? Well,
That's what I was
it
gonna
depends
say.
because it's like what you are. I don't know. You're known for that, but does that really matter? At the end of the day, it's like what do you want to be?
Everybody will look at you in a certain way. So like if you're a villain, people will be scared to be.
All right, but then I commit a good action. Okay, but then let's say I'm a villain. I'm incapable of doing good. You're a hero. You're incapable of doing bad.
Yeah, essentially. Like
then I'll be a hero, bro.
Like you're living. You're dedicated to that lifestyle type.
Yeah, I'd rather be a hero.
That's why I said no vigilante, because vigilante you get to pick. Just like, do I want to save your life today? Nah.
Well, if we're going like that, where it's like a hero where you're incapable of doing bad.
A superhero is gonna try to save everybody as possible until he dies. A villain could give three less fucks.
Yeah, like I could be a villain and be a bad person because I decide to not save you, but then I could just be going on about my thing, and I guess that would make me a villain.
You know, that's what I was gonna say. Like you could simply teleport into like a bank safe, take a couple racks, and just. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like if a house is burning down, you teleport into every room and get everybody out.
So that's
those would be like essentially your two lives.
Yeah. So it's like, what do I want?
What would be for you? Because I feel like I would be forced to be a superhero because if I have super speed and I'm a villain, I would kill every human. Like I would eventually be the only one here. You know what I'm saying? Because in the Flash,
yeah, but that's why I question
in the Flash,
like
you kind of see that with Zoom. Like he literally took over his world and he made everybody his slaves, simply because like he's the fastest man alive. You can't touch him. You can't kill him either. He'll phase right through your bullet, bro. So it's like,
see that okay that
either way you have the power of a god though.
I found the words because the reason I'm having trouble with that question is because like at the end of the day, whichever one you are. Could change depending on the next action you take. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's
because like I feel you. Because if I was a superhero like the Flash, and then I would have.
I guess I would be a superhero.
I was forced to kill somebody. I would do it. Like me personally, I would do it. But then I feel like as soon as I do that, it changes everything.
In that scenario, I guess I would be a superhero specifically because I feel like it would be more fun, more fulfilling. feel like I'd be a happier person at the end of the day.
Yeah, because like supervillains, you're immediately casted out. As soon as people see you, they're terrified because of what they hear that you've done type shit. You have a reputation. So it's like, okay, so like, you want a good one or a bad reputation? That's essentially the question. Because like, you could be working with, you know damn well, if you come out as having powers, the government is going to take you. They're going to fucking do experiments on you, try to clone you somehow to get more of you and make an army. Like,
they're gonna tap me with a number, bro.
That's just how these motherfuckers think. That's why, like, if I had the option, I would have instantly become a vigilante. Because I would be hiding. I would force to hide. I'd be forced. Like, I'd live a second life. Like, where I'm just living my normal life. And then I have the suit under on some Superman shit. That's what you're forced to do. Because if not, you're going to be, like, an experiment for the world to, like, mess with.
Because the thing is, even if I had some type of teleportation power like that, I wouldn't even be using it for, like, the craziest. I would think I would just be living my life normally, like, just using it whenever it's convenient. Like, I want to go, let's go to Japan, hold my hand.
You're not wrong. That would definitely be lit.
Because it's like, having superpowers doesn't also have to be correlated with just saving people, I guess.
Yeah, that's just what it's known for, but you're right. Because like
that's kind of like the cool things I imagine. Like I imagine like what the normal life of a superhero looks like, and I feel like that's kind of like where they get to show off their powers, I guess.
Yeah.
And obviously when they're fighting and shit.
But like, I feel like also like a good way to look at it is like, if you're a superhero, you constantly have things to do. But if you're a villain, you're simply just adding more gas to the fire. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're on your own schedule. Well, you're kind of creating the superhero schedule too.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to be in LA next week. I'm bombing.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, you are essentially the reason why the superheroes are rich. Because you know damn well the government's paying them to save people.
It's funny how you can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Duality, bro.
Alan Watts has been talking about that too, bro.
Duality.
It's funny how you can't really describe a person or a thing or a living being without at the same time describing the environment.
Yeah.
And that kind of that in there shows you
the
that
environment is the context.
Exactly. Like you can't, it's kind of like yin and yang, the black and the white.
Yeah.
Coexisting with each
other. Because like if you were to place somebody in an all-white room and you walk up to them and have a conversation, you have no idea what they're about to say. You get what I'm saying? So like your environments are you.
Mm.
Especially how you adapt to them. Going back to what I was saying about how like humans adapt. As soon as like it's predominantly shown when you're a kid, but like when you go to school for the first time or like you sit down in your first classroom of ever, that you instantly start triggering your like adaptability.
Yeah.
A lot of kids will easily fit in, a lot of kids will not. Then you have like your minorities. That's just how humans are. But like that's just lets you know that like everybody on some Matrix shit, like everybody's just living their own reality at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you go up to somebody and talk, or even say, as soon as you make a connection to a certain extent, they're no longer like a background character. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're now like a side character. If you want, they can become a main, but like a lot of people don't get that high.
It's up to you, yeah. Make our own.
I have more if you want me to keep going. I have some spicy ones
here.
You
keep going.
Would you rather seasons last days, weeks, years, or decades? So like today's winter, tomorrow's summer, next day's fall, or like have a week.
Days,
yeah,
weeks,
years, or decades. Like it would be summer for 10 years, winter for 10 years. That's a good one.
How many weeks? Like a week at a time?
I mean, 4 weeks in a month. Like today, like this week it would be summer. Next week is winter. You know what I'm saying? The other week is fall. Or you could have it daily. Or yearly.
I think week is probably fine.
Every week you're changing seasons?
I would get tired if everything was there for a whole year. Or like, not a whole year,
I'm
but
not gonna lie, it would be so funny to see that dynamic in humans. Because everybody like's closet would be like winter clothes, fall clothes, summer clothes.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious. I never thought of it like that.
Although, you get to enjoy summer for 10 years, and you get to have fall for 10 years.
And
You
then
know.
winter, bro.
Yeah,
If you're not a snow person,
You
you're
gotta-
gonna hate your life for a decade, bro. That's tough. I think I would have it monthly. I think 30 days is enough time for humans
Oh
to
yeah,
adapt.
monthly is probably good too. How we kind of have it now, it kind of is like weekly, daily. Sometimes it goes from daily to weekly. But that's just our
No,
current-
in the summer, it deadass feels like that. Like in the very beginning of the summer, it's because like sometimes spring likes to prickle through, and it'll rain like a motherfucker and get cold. Besides that,
It was
it's
actually
hot as hell.
pretty chilly this morning.
That's
In the
what I'm
60s,
saying.
Yeah, in the 60s,
When the sun's not out yet and the clouds are booming, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
So what are you saying? Daily?
Weekly, but if monthly is an option, I think that's a good.
Yeah,
choice.
I didn't write down monthly, but I just put it in there. It's like we change every 4 months, so it would essentially be like 4 months is one cycle. That'd be tough in school, though. I'm not gonna lie, cause like you get what I'm saying. It would be hard for kids to get to school.
What if they have winter? Well, I mean,
Like if it's
based-
constantly changing, I
based
feel
on
like
your-
transportation would be an issue. More money would be spent, type shit.
yeah, people would have to know what's coming next all the time.
And then they would have like, that's why I said monthly, because like, let's say you're going into this month knowing that fall is next month. You have 30 days to get ready for fall. And then so on and so forth. But if you didn't know what was next, bro, that sounds some Squid Game shit. Like everybody's ready for winter, it's summer. Everybody has coats on and niggas burning out, bro. That's crazy.
Not only that, people buying fucking, what is it? You said it was summer? I don't even know.
Summer?
I don't even know. But regardless, I think that's pretty cool. I had this idea in my head, like, what if seasons just reacted to our emotions?
That would not be okay.
That was
We would come.
but not even like your
The apocalypse
individual,
would happen.
not even your individual emotion, but like
If it's grouped, we're fucked.
yeah, big group.
Because like all the people that are out there like depressed or going through it right now, they would cause chaos, like earthquakes, tsunamis. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Everybody would have to be like happy at all times to keep shit steady.
Yeah, steady. What if you're just so happy that like, it's like imagine there's a whole earthquake, but like around you it's like not no earthquake at all. It's just like it affects everybody differently. I'm getting too deep with it.
We would have to
Thinking
live in
deep.
platforms.
I'm thinking deep.
I'm thinking deep. I have two more.
Let me know.
Would you rather Thanos snap away all of your likes or all of your wants?
All of my likes or all of my wants? Happiest. Gotta get rid of those desires. Yeah, that's the happiest way to success. And I mean, that's been told. It's no coincidence that that's been the message for thousands of years now. At some point, I gotta try it.
So you're saying your wants?
Yeah.
I would say wants.
Because just
too.
because you get rid of wanting it doesn't mean you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, but like I feel like liking it is what intrigues you to get it. Like you start liking it, then you want it, and then you get it. If you can.
Yeah, but wanting it is kind of like a side effect from liking it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to like it first to want it. You don't
So
want
if
it
you get rid of all your
unless you
wants,
want it because you like it. I don't know.
I guess if you got rid of all your wants, then I guess it would be like, we have to be specific then, like all of your current and future wants or like desires.
And just have all of your likes. Everything that you like about the world stays. Everything that you want out of the world goes.
I guess that's fine because it's like.
Actually, when I say it like that, I would definitely do likes. So that, cause I would want world freedom, bro. World peace. It would be much more attainable than me just saying I would like world peace. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not I want world peace.
But you like world peace. Get rid of all your likes or wants. Well, it depends, because what if you...
Like, for example, that Joji concert we're going to. it's like saying I would like to go to that concert or I want to go to that concert. You get what I'm saying? It's different, even though it sounds similar. Because like wanting means like you're willing to pay the price, show up there,
You're
and do that.
willing-
Or like
Wanting
I
just
feel
means-
like means like you're thinking about it. You get me? Like, you might be considering it.
Well,
And then wanting is like once you've decided.
Let's say I like the sun, and I want to see it. I don't even know where I'm going with that.
Bro, I almost burned my throat.
Okay, let me try again. Let me try to just put the thoughts as I go. Let's say I like the sun and I want to see it. I can't necessarily stop myself. Isn't liking something and wanting something kind of like the same thing in a way?
That's what I was saying. Like it sounds similar, but they're different because like once you want something, it means you've already decided. You get what I'm saying? I feel like once you say you like something, you're starting to decide.
Okay, but that's why I say I could want to get rid of my wants. Because let's say I want to be happy, get rid of your wants. You already are. Does that make sense?
I don't know, bro. Cause like if
But
you're,
think
if you're saying
yourself.
if
You
you're
gotta
saying
be, I'm thinking about it and being in the present moment. Like
because
you
like I'm
said.
saying like if you're saying I'd like to be happy or I would like to be happy, that doesn't mean that means you're not happy already.
Yeah, exactly. I like to be happy.
I feel like wanting to be happy means that like you already have it, you just want to maintain it. If that makes sense.
That's kind of like actually you put the words right into my mouth. Yeah, wanting, getting rid of all your wants because you already have them. That's kind of like where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Cause like I'm trying to come up with an example.
Like I would like to go to the gym today and work out arms, or I want to go to the gym today and I'm gonna work out my arms. You know what I'm saying? I feel like wanting means that like you're already set in stone gonna do it. I feel like when you're saying I would
think
like to, it
the
means like you're
difference-
contradicting yourself.
The difference is just action, I guess.
Yeah.
Action, yeah.
Like putting action behind it. That's why I say like I would get rid of my likes, because like if I say I want world
But the
peace,
thing is,
then it would happen. No?
But think about like you said with the gym. How can you want to go to the gym if you don't like it?
No, that's what I was saying earlier. If you say I want to, it means you've already like decided. You get me? When you say I'd like to, it means you're starting to decide.
So then I guess we can't even have that conversation if want is a side effect of like, because they're not even on the same. Get what I'm saying?
I feel like they're on different spectrums.
Wanting something and liking something. What is the difference?
Cause like
Wanting,
let
liking
me
something
put it
doesn't
this way.
mean-
Let me put it this way. You're in a car with your boys. You're in the back seat. And you want to request a song, right? You'll be like, "Yo, I like that new Kendrick. Play that Kendrick," or "I want you to play that new Kendrick." You get what
Okay,
I'm saying?
But you're telling him. But like, think about it like you're getting rid of the feeling and the thought, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, fuck, bro. I like this question, actually. I like this question.
It made me think, bro.
I like this question.
Let me know what you think, bro.
Literally. I'm out here brain farting. I like this. Get rid of all your likes and wants.
I think I would get rid of my likes.
Going with the getting rid of your desires is probably the best way to be happy. I'm going with getting rid of my wants. Because I can acquire things I don't want, I guess.
But then what value do they hold to you? They're useless if you don't want them.
Well, that's... What
That's a deep ass question, bro. Reddit be going crazy, bro.
But that's like, I guess, it itself doesn't hold any value at all unless I give it any.
Yeah. But like that's the whole point of wanting to have it, because you want to give it value to you.
I like that question. I guess like I said, I'm gonna stick to that based on like getting rid of your desires to be the best way to be happy. And I'm going with the wants, but I can see where you're coming. It's a good question though.
Because like you get me though, right? Like
yeah, exactly.
If I get enough people to say we want world peace, it will happen. Not instead of we would like for us to have world peace. Because then people will be like, oh, that's what you would like. That's not what's gonna happen.
Well, again, too, just because you want something, again, that also
That's why I said like
taking action.
multiple people.
Taking action is also, that's like kind of like your choice. At the end of the day, you wanting something has no correlation whether you take action or not. Although it has a chance of making you take action, I think.
Yeah. I think if you want something, you're willing to take action.
I want $1 billion, and I mean, I'm on my way, but...
You get what I'm saying? Like, even with money, too, it's like, I would like to see $1 billion to my name, or I want to see $1 billion. I feel like you're more determined to get what you want than what you would like to have. Because, like, when you phrase it like that, you get rid of that determination to have it. I feel like when you live like that, you have the mentality of, like...
But liking something
I would
doesn't
like
mean
to,
you want it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to have that, but if I don't get it, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Instead of having it be like, nah, that's what I want, that's what I'm going to get. And I'm willing to go through anything to get it.
All right.
That would be like that determination I'm talking about.
And that's also, like, where it would be,
you have to be determined to
that's,
succeed, no?
That's where people go on their life journeys, you get what I'm saying?
No, I feel you 100%, but, like, I feel, that's what I was going to say, like, determination, you can't have success without it.
100%.
Unless you get lucky.
But, just another thought I had, just like, imagine somebody saying, I want to be happy, somebody saying, I like to be happy. That one person is already happy, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even, I don't know, it's weird because obviously you could want something to make
but
yourself
then, like,
happier.
if you're saying I want to be happy, that means that you're willing to do what's necessary to be happy.
To be happy?
Like, yeah, you're not happy when you're saying that, but you're willing to get there.
You're willing to get there.
Because that's that determination factor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously wanting stuff, you gotta want the right stuff. You gotta
hope the right person has that power.
you gotta just want the right stuff.
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's a good question.
The last one that I have is know when or how you die. Which one would you rather know? When you die or how you die?
How I die.
Why?
It wouldn't be one of those situations where I would go my life of trying to avoid how I die.
Yeah.
I would kind of just live my life normally, and then it gets rid of the anxiety of.
Because even though the way that I look at it is like,
before I lose the train of thought, my fault. Let's say you're gonna die by a car crash, and it's like.
You're scared. You're gonna be scared to touch a road, bro.
I guess, but
you're gonna be scared to get in a car, be near the road.
Nigga, use the lights, click the button.
You can do that, but that doesn't mean your fear is gonna go away. Because you still know that this is how you go out. You just don't know when. So every time you're near a car, you have that anticipation.
I guess. I mean, takes you back to living life in the moment.
That's why I would say when, because, like, for example, God forbid, like, let's say somebody is told, like, they die next week. They at least have till next week to live life to their fullest. You get what I'm saying?
I guess.
And then
but
sometimes next week they'll just randomly die. Instead of it being like you're gonna die from a murder, and then that person is now scared to go outside, and for like the rest of their life because they don't know when it's coming. You get me?
Like, it's perspective, I guess. If it was a murder, I guess why you would be paranoid and take precautions, start carrying a blicky. But that doesn't stop you from being murdered again, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
that's how you go out. That's what I'm saying. You would be scared to talk to anybody.
No,
you
but
don't know
like
who
I said,
could be your killer.
I guess, but it's like if you're going to know one of these for a fact, you kind of have to have that mindset. Like, if you're going to know when you die, you have to like already like know like, oh, I want to do this, and that, instead of just living your life day to day, being happy until the day you die.
I feel you, but like, what if somebody was to tell you like, you will die in exactly 54 years? You get what I'm saying? Now you know that, like, I have a lot of time to do whatever it is that I want to do with myself. And even though now that you know you will die eventually, there's no sense of anticipation. It's just like, fuck it, let me try it, because I'm going to die eventually.
Yeah, but that's happening regardless.
Yeah, but like, instead of it being regardless, it's destined. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know it's coming.
But it already is.
You know that's your timing. So, like, you have 54 years to go do everything that you wanted to do and didn't do because of fear. You get me?
Didn't do because of fear.
I feel like a lot more people would blossom like that. Because a lot of people...
I could see why, because it would kind of force you to just let go of everything that doesn't matter.
Let go of your
People
fears.
would start realizing that, like, hello, why am I have 52 years? But even though realistically, like the average human only lives about what 80, 90, that's not that much longer. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily be like. I don't know. It's a weird question.
It's like that's what I was gonna say. For example, in the beginning, like right now you're 20, a wizard or like a spirit tells you like you will die by car crash, and then like now every single time you have to get in a car, be near a road, you're gonna be thinking about that shit, or it's gonna come to mind at least somewhat. Obviously, it varies on different person. But like I feel like it would be, generally speaking, you would be scared.
But how come if it tells you how? Okay, that's different. Actually, yeah, because if he tells
instead of it being like you die in 13 years, now you have 13 years for sure that you're not gonna die.
That's probably not even a fair argument though, because it's like one is giving you time and one of them is telling you could die tomorrow.
Yeah, if you get that unfortunate. But like even
I guess I would pick time.
Even that, like if he tells you die in 24 hours, you at least have 24 hours to do whatever it is you've been wanting to do or would like to do, instead of it being like you will die by.
I could see why that would make people blossom. Even though I feel like that's the mindset we should have regardless, whether somebody tells you that you're going, because that's going. I mean, it's already known, but that we're going to die. So I feel like that should be the mindset regardless.
But like that's what I was saying earlier. If somebody tells you like you were gonna die in exactly 13 years from today, you now know that you have the next 13 years guaranteed of life, and that you're not gonna die until that point. You get what I'm saying? So that completely eliminates fear. You would have people swimming in the open ocean that they'd be terrified.
But how does
you would have people like on heights that are scared of heights.
So he just waves a magic wand and now you're immune to danger?
I'm not saying you're immune to danger, but it's like you obviously still have to be reasonable. You get
that's why I'm saying if somebody tells me how I'm going to die,
because like that doesn't mean you're immortal for 13 years.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I think the other one would genuinely be a little okay.
I would just say it just means that you will be protected from harm for 13 years.
Like 13
no
years.
Negative shit will be near you. No traps will be set for you. You get what I'm saying? Like you get to live the next 13 years.
So let me
without no real worry except like human problems, like going to a job. Or
somebody tells me I'm going to die in a car crash and I avoid cars for the rest of my life. I'm never going to die then.
Who knows? A car crashes into your house, kills you in the kitchen. You get what I'm saying?
I guess, but that's just like that's like a magic wand to wave it and making something happen.
I feel like that's more. I feel like that's more.
I
feel like that's more destiny, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the how is more destined. Because like you are destined to die that way. So even if you go try to commit suicide by slitting your wrist, got a little deep, got a little dark, it's not gonna work because you're not meant to die that way. I guess. Even though like you would sit there going crazy, like. The world would shape itself to like you got help. They send you to the emergency room. You survive.
When I listen to these questions, I hear about it and I put myself in a human situation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like I don't think about it like I have the next 13 years to live. I'm gonna die on that 13th year no matter what. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to die beforehand. You get what I'm saying?
It means you could, but the odds are much lower than they already are.
Well, I mean that could be the case.
If you live a reasonable life, you'll never. I mean, for the most part, you won't really be faced with danger. Like, think about people that are, like, in the gated communities. They know every neighbor. You know what I'm saying? There's no one sus around. You have to know the area to even get in the area.
All right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
But do you see where I'm coming from, though?
No, I get where you're coming from.
The same situation, somebody tells you you're going to die by gunshots. Now you're in a gated neighborhood with bodyguards. Everybody there knows each other. Probably not going to happen.
One person has to have a gun then. If that's what's happening, the world will shape itself in that way, bro. One of those neighbors has a gun and he has tendencies, and then you just happen to be the victim.
Well, it is.
That's why I feel like destiny plays into it.
That's why that goes back to the original argument that just like no matter what the situation is, we're gonna die regardless. Just telling yourself that you're going to die should probably already be a question in your head, I guess. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody tells me I'm gonna die in 13 years, I already knew I was going to die.
Think about the people that don't fear death at all.
They're living life to the fullest.
That's why I would say like those people would blossom like crazy. Like they would climb the ranks in those whatever years they have as much as they can, and then just leave knowing that they did as much as they wanted to.
In a way, that's kind of like the situation we're in, you know. people, we don't necessarily know how we're going to die, when we're going to die. We just know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And in a way, that anxiety that you're talking about, we kind of experience that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, because there's people out there that stay aware of any possible harm simply because they fear death. That already exists today. But I'm telling you, like, if somebody gave you the leisure of knowing one of those two, which one would you pick? Because that changes life completely.
I'd rather know how I'm going to die and just live my life normally. I wouldn't even try to avoid it. Or like if it's like it depends.
Because I feel like
knowing murdered.
I feel like knowing how is just harder because you're open to any possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna die by a backstab. Now you're always gonna be looking behind your back. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna die in a fire. You're gonna constantly be afraid of being in buildings. Because anything is flammable in a building.
Yeah, that's why I said that question is a little weird too. Because that first option is like so much worse than the second one from a human's perspective.
I feel like it's the same type of variety. Because like they could tell you like you're gonna die in 13 minutes instead of 13 years. Now you only have minutes to make whatever you want out of life. You get what I'm saying? So like you could get fucked over very badly. You're gonna die in 60 seconds. You get what I'm saying? It's like, why are we even having this conversation? So, like, that's why I feel like you could compare the two, because, like, they're both equally fucked.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah. I guess I would rather live with the paranoia rather than knowing when. Because, like, paranoia is kind of, like, in your head, I guess. You could come back, like, you could realistically fight it off. You could realistically fight that off and then just live life, I guess. And then just die however you die.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it would be nice to know that, like, alright, I only have 50 years or whatever. But then it's like, let's say you're going to die by a murder, and it's like you live 100 years, you still haven't been murdered or whatever, you know?
Then you're like randomly
there's blessings
and then you're in the hospital, and then like somebody suffocates you with a pillow.
I lived 100 years. I guess I would have rather taken that than somebody been like, oh, you're only gonna live till 50.
But that's what I was saying.
I mean, quantity obviously does not equal quality. But like, who's to say that person was not living their life to the fullest to begin with? That's kind of like an assumption we're making.
That's why I said in the beginning. Well, I didn't say it, but I felt like if you pick when, it's basically like a dice roll of numbers, because it's essentially you're judging how much time you have left instead of how your time is going to be cut short. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like that with the how, I feel like you're much more
glass half full, half empty. It depends on how people look at it.
With how, you're much more prone to ruining your life than with when. Because if you know how, and if something that's gonna cause a lot of anxiety for you, like you're gonna die in a public area, like you're gonna always be by yourself in private. You're gonna be the biggest introvert ever known. You get what I'm saying? And then like whenever it is that you step out into that social thing, you might die.
But how come that causes so much anxiety and the other one causes so much blossom?
What?
I feel like this one that causes anxiety. Yeah, but how come knowing when you're going to die doesn't cause any anxiety?
Because it depends on
its perspective.
No, it's not just perspective. It depends on what you get from the dice roll. You get what I'm saying? Your anxiety is very about what the number. Because like if you get lucky and then they say you're gonna die in 70 years, now you have no anxiety. But if they say you're gonna die in 70 minutes, now you have a shit ton. It could you could be blessed or fucked. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like in that instance, more people would get blessed than fucked. Even though, yeah, a lot of people would still get fucked, but a lot more people would be blessed. Knowing how, you would have a bunch of people constantly being scared of each other. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe.
It would be like a quarantine every day.
I don't know. I think it's just perspective, because like I said, half full glass half full, half empty. Because somebody tells me I have 70 years, 70 minutes. Doesn't matter. I could still look at that as I have 70 minutes now. I already lived my life to the fullest. Let me live my life to the fullest for these 70 minutes. Yeah. And I die happy. Glass half full. So it's like I said, it's perspective.
To make this question harder, what if you're told that when you were born?
What, like how I'm going to die?
You make that choice right before you come out the womb. So that way you don't have like up to this point. You get what I'm saying? Like right before you start your life, would you like to know when you die? Or how you die? I feel like I should have said that in the beginning.
I'd like to know how I die. Yeah, because like I feel like the anxiety of I have to do as much as I can because I'm dying. I feel like that's worse than I could die any moment, but that's already the scenario to begin with.
Yeah, but like that's when also like the reasonable living comes into play, because like yeah, you could die at any moment, but you could also help yourself with that.
Yeah, and like I said, you find out how you're going to die, you could help yourself with that as well.
Not if it's destiny attached to it, you get what I'm saying? Because like if
you're destiny attached to the other one?
If you're destined to die a certain way, then it will happen no matter what.
Alright, so it's based
that's
on...
It's funny we're talking about this, because that's kind of what happens to Doctor Strange.
So it's still luck at the end of the day. At the end,
yeah,
I could still die 70
everything
years
is a dice roll. The whole thing is a dice roll. It's just about which dice you want to roll.
Which dice I want to roll? I guess it doesn't matter if the numbers are the same, because let's say somebody tells you you're gonna live for 70 years, and somebody tells me I'm going to be dying by a murder, and I get murdered in 70 years. Same thing.
Because like for example, did you watch What If?
What If? No, I don't.
Like
I should though.
Like for example, the Doctor Strange episode.
Disney Plus.
Yeah. The Doctor Strange episode is a perfect example of why you wouldn't want to know how, because like his wife is destined to die in order for him to become Doctor Strange. You get what I'm saying? And the way that she dies is like they're riding off one of those like, you know, like those roads that are right off a cliff and all they have is like a rail guarding, so if you go over you're dead. They're like driving over, and then they like he loses grip, and then like he goes over, he survives, she dies, and then he uses his powers to like, you know, bring it back, and then he realizes that like no matter what she's supposed to die by a car crash, because he saves her. And then they go about their life, and then like I think it was like a day later they were at a party, they're outside talking, and she gets crashed by a car. That would be the how, because like you're destined to die that way. Knowing when, that like yeah, you're up to like you could be dying by a car, knife, murder, whatever, but you at least know the time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like when that time comes, you're gonna be like, all right, where is he at? When is it like? How is this gonna go? And instead of you being like worried about it, you know it's coming already.
I know it's coming, but I feel like I don't know. Like I said, it's perspective, bro. Because to me, that would be more anxiety.
I feel you. Agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to disagree.
No, I mean no. You got some good ass questions though.
Reddit goes crazy at 3 a.m. bro. Look how much I have write down about this. Who? That's Asura, bro.
Asura?
This is what I want to talk to you about. The god of today's podcast, bro. Asura, or as a lot of people call him, Asura'S wrath, is essentially the god of wrath. It's in the name. But he's a guardian general of wrath. He was betrayed by his fellow gods when they killed his wife and kidnapped his daughter. That's pretty fucked, right? So that's what sent him into wrath in the first place. After he was
killed his daughter?
No, they kidnapped his daughter and they killed his wife.
Oh,
so nice. When he found his wife dead, like he immediately went into like a state of wrath, and he kind of became who he was then. You know what I'm saying? After he was killed, he lands himself in the underworld, right? Humans, we can never fathom that. Let's just say he lands there. That's where his soul goes. He meets this golden spider that helps him literally climb out of hell. So he climbs himself back to human world, and then goes up again towards divinity, I guess we'll call it. When he does this, he resurrects him. It took him 12,000 years to climb out of hell. So when he came out, it was 12,000 years in the future. After a long time searching, after coming out, he found Wyzen, which was one of the gods that betrayed him. When Wyzen saw him, they instantly started fighting. So Wyzen's ultimate move, I guess we'll call it, is that he can turn into the size of a planet. So he gets humongous, and then tries to use his finger to like crush him, while crushing the planet in the process. Bro, right before he hit him, he let out the most meanest like scream the universe has ever heard, unlocking a new mode or stage, I guess, which I think I have it down. Give me a second. Damn. I think it's called Punisher Azura. I think that's what it's called. So like he literally grew six arms and turned into a god in that one instance by unleashing the most anger the world has ever seen, essentially. With that one scream. As soon as the finger touched him, he caught it with all, like, now it would be 8 arms, I guess, essentially. And, like, he literally crushed it and then pushed it back. Bro, the blow literally disintegrated Wiseman. Like, poof. He basically did that to a planet. That's when, after that, he realized that his power, strength level-wise, is planetary. Like, he could destroy planets if he really wants to. After that, he went and challenged his master, which was the one that killed his wife, I believe. Right? Bro, when I was reading it, I was trying so hard to, like, visualize it, and I can just imagine. So, essentially, his master has this humongous sword that once he points it in a certain direction, it lets out a beam of, like, energy that could literally disintegrate planets in a matter of seconds, right? He does that towards Earth. Mind you, Azura was born in Earth. Like, that's his home. He gets in the way of it to block it, and he ends up deflecting it right back at him, making him kill himself, essentially. Outsmarted the fuck out of him, bro. His own master, bro. The master, before dying, killed a girl. I think it was accidentally while he was dying, but he killed a girl. And as soon as he found the girl, Azura found the girl looked like his daughter. And it reminded him of his daughter, which sent him into a more deeper state of wrath, right? He's essentially the Hulk, bro. The more tight he is, the more unstoppable he is.
Nice.
That's essentially what he is. Then he finds out that golden spider that I was telling you about is actually the creator of the whole universe itself, right? After he killed his master, he essentially became the universe's strongest being. So then that's when Top Dog was like, all right, you're going to have to relax, essentially. And they go at it, right? They fought for over 50 years, nonstop, right? He ends up killing him, the creator, right, and essentially becoming the ruler of the universe itself. Where he predominantly holds his throne is the underworld. And it's funny too, because like they tie it in. Have you seen the anime Jujutsu Kaisen? Like in Jujutsu Kaisen, he's essentially like, I wouldn't call him the protagonist, but the main character. He has like there's essentially a bunch of Asura's fingers laying around the world somewhere. And he ate one of them, and he inherited Asura himself. So, like, he lives his own normal life. It's kind of like Moon Knight. He lives his own normal life, but then, like, he can turn on that mode, and he grows, like, 2 eyes right here, and now it's Asura talking. Right? And then, like, you remember that video that I showed you a while back about, like, how they fight in the show?
Yeah.
And they do, like, domain expansions? It's kind of like throwing somebody into your dream realm where you can't lose.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you should see Asura's, bro. He's literally on a humongous pile of bodies. And at the top, it's like a throne made out of bodies. And he's just sitting there like, hello. He's badass, bro. I'm not going to lie. He's badass.
God of anger, you said? God of wrath.
The god of wrath, bro. He's essentially the son of wrath, now that I really think about it. Because, like, wrath is who he is, and that is what he does. Like, and it's funny too, they're from different mythologies, but I think this guy might have a chance at Wukong, bro. He might. Maybe. If he beat the creator of the universe, bro, maybe.
Probably.
When I was reading it, I was like, I think I might have found a match for Wukong, bro. I'm not gonna lie.